Hello, it's Fate with Neurodivergknit, and I am coming at you today after my first market. So, normally, what I do is I work with community outreach programs to teach knitting to disenfranchised people, people living in precarious situations, people who wouldn't be able to go to a traditional yarn shop to learn how to knit or crochet. And one of the ways I get my name out there is I thought, other than Instagram and Facebook, I could do markets. And I could teach people at the markets. So I had my first market this Saturday, and it was amazing. It was a market celebrating queer and trans joy and making sure queer people were at the forefront, and being trans, non-binary, and queer. It was really nice to be in a space that was filled with so much joy. Some things that happened though after the market is my body shut down. I slept for 16 hours. I couldn't stop shaking, and my arms were so tired I could barely lift them. So I had to rally some friends and go over to their house to help me eat, so that way I could actually eat, because I couldn't lift my arms up long enough to cook dinner. And I let myself sleep. I let myself be in that rest. Now today is a slower day. I'm feeling better, but I'm still a little shaky and I'm still a little tired. I really enjoyed the market. I had 3 people come and knit with me, and it was quite lovely. I did pay for a table and I didn't make the table back, but that is totally okay because I do rely on donations and the tips of others, and just being in space where I can teach and be enjoyed in a queer space was really nice. As a reminder, I am disabled. For the most part, I thought it was all mental with a little dash of vertigo. And I'm starting to realize that that's not necessarily the case. I'm having a lot more physical symptoms now, and I'm curious to see why my body is reacting in this way. I used to be able to do 10 or 12 hour days, 4 to 6 days a week. And now my body is like, nope, you did an 8-hour day. You're done. So it's very interesting to see at 30 how my body is reacting. Even though it's something that gives me so much joy, teaching people to knit, crochet, to be crafty, I'm a little worried about why my body is reacting in this way. But I'm being kind. Today I'm working on the Johan top, and I would tell you that it's a great pattern, but I realized that I wasn't following the pattern for most of it. So I'm going to have to make another top following the pattern, but it's going to be a crop top, and it's going to be loosely based off of the Johan top. I will link the Ravelry artists in the little description bar. Sorry, brain is a little foggy today. I'm so happy for everyone who shows up and holds space with me, because without you, I wouldn't be able to teach people mental wellness through the craft of knitting and crochet, mental wellness through craft, which is such a powerful thing. I've been working a lot on how to decolonize craft, because a lot of people say that they don't have access to it. And I think what people are having the issue with is they feel that if they craft or take time for themselves, they have to be making some sort of currency. And that's not the case. The simple act of doing something that brings you joy is the currency. I don't sell my knitting, I don't sell my crochet, and I do that on purpose. I do that because I want people to experience life decolonized without having to make money, without having to exist simply for productivity and profit. Profit, profit. And that's really important to me. I have decided that this is the route I want to go for me making profit. Profit. Why do I keep saying it weird? Because for me, this is what comes naturally. This is what makes sense. And I do ask for kindness and a little bit of financial donation, so that way I can live my best life. I want this to be accessible to everyone, so no one will be turned away, but being able to do things like afford my table without having to pay completely out of pocket, or being able to afford a couple of extra things like some luxury yarn. Speaking of which, I can grab my yarn and we'll do a little bit of a haul. I got some yarn. So I finally splurged and I got the Backyard Chicken Collection by Loco. And this is a buff laced Polish. It's got this wonderful mustard yellow color, this peachy kind of salmon color, and it's just got the most beautiful colors in here. It's like a gray and a white, and it's got some orange and black and a little bit of neon. And I got that to make the Johan top, and I also got some for my contrast color. I got Gusto Wool Carmen, and this is just an amazing neon green with some gray and some black and some white and some orange, and I think it'll go really well together. They were not cheap. Do not think that this is something that I get all the time. This was a splurge. I also got, I have one already, but I got 2 more of the Ella Ray Superwash Classic Wool in the color 079, so it's this nice sea foam. I got 3 balls of that to make the Topaz Crochet Mesh Top. So that's awesome. And then there's a Rocket Tee. So the Topaz Top and the Rocket Tee are both paid patterns. And I'll link them down below because I'm going to be trying this out. These 2 I got from Bad Anna's. These 2 I got from Bad Rabbit. And then I also got some Lily and Pine from Bad Rabbit. I got the Dandelion Lace and Baby Surrey Alpaca and Silk. And it's called Peace and Love. And it's just such a beautiful colorway. And I got that to go with the Lily and Pine Daylily Sock and Pixie Sticks. And I think those will go really well together on a tee called the Rocket Tee. Now, I'm making a lot of crops and rocket tees, and tees, not rocket tees, but making a lot of crops and t-shirts because I wanted to up my repertoire, but I just didn't want to make sweaters. Like, I've gone to make sweaters so many times, and it's not that they're hard, it's just that I get bored. I get so bored. They take so long. And I'm working on a pattern for so all you can do is knit scarves, and there's a way to make a beautiful sweater out of that. So I have to make a whole bunch of scarves or thrift a bunch of scarves, and I'll show people how to piece together a sweater from just scarves that they've made. So I'm working on that. I'm working on a few patterns, and you know, it's slow work, but it's worth it. It's beautiful. I love doing this kind of work, and I love working on t-shirts because they're much more wearable for where I live. I overheat very easily, and where I live in the Pacific Northwest, you have to layer a lot. And I find that if I layer a sweater and a jacket, I get too hot. But if I would layer a t-shirt and a jacket, I'm perfectly fine. As you can see, I have a sweater on right now that I've cut the sleeves and I've cropped. And that's pretty much how I live in sweaters, as they have to be cropped. So I've decided that I'm just gonna do that, and it's gonna be amazing. So I wanted you to come have a little knit with me, have a little update, because Neurodivergknit is growing and changing, and the people who have been around for a while have known me since the TikTok days, and I am going away from TikTok because I found it was really bad for my mental health. My whole thing is mental wellness, and I noticed that being on TikTok, doom scrolling, spending 8 to 12 hours a day on TikTok was just not conducive. I wasn't sleeping. I had realized that I hadn't eaten all day on my days off, and I would have just been scrolling TikTok, and it was so easy to get into that mindset of, oh, just one more video, and it was really detrimental to my health. So I want to do more long form content. I am not the best YouTuber, but I'm willing to learn, and I'm willing to grow with all of you and to make long form content. So I am planning on doing some lives on Instagram and YouTube in the coming weeks. I'll be posting about that, and it'll just be a nice little knit with me, kind of a Q&A kind of thing. So I hope to see you all in the next weeks, and I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day. As always, me and Noodle love you, and enjoy.